Baby, so long, baby, so long, baby, so long.
First things first, start off by moisturizing my lips with my EOS lip balm. Now taking my Stay Matte primer from Rimmel London, applying it all over my face. I definitely OD'd on the amount of primer I used, so please bear with me. I have a heavy hand for some reason when it comes to this primer and always squeeze too much out. I'm not going to be applying any makeup where my forehead is being covered by my turban. Going in with my NYX color correcting palette, I am taking the orange shade and a flat synthetic brush from Crown Brushes that I picked up at IMATS for maybe $2 or so, and I am correcting the dark areas in my face, which is around my mouth as well as under my eye. I am blending the concealer in quite well with the brush, but I am going to go in with a Beauty Blender sponge dupe and press that concealer into the skin and blend it out a little bit more. As you can see, that color instantly corrected the dark areas of my face, so I am a huge fan of this palette, especially because it is a fraction of the price of the dupe it is for. I will not name. Now taking a Expert face brush from Real Technique and my NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat pressed powder foundation in shade Cocoa, pressing that all into my skin, slightly buffing it, more so pressing it for a fuller coverage. Now going in with a Real Technique contour brush and, whoops, just kidding, a pointed foundation brush from Real Techniques, and I am highlighting the under eye area of my face, cupid's bow, chin, bridge of my nose, and forehead. What I like most about this concealer palette is that it's not as dewy as the inspiration for this palette. It is quite matte, so you don't have to worry about it creasing as much. It's still quite blendable, which is pretty awesome, like I said. Taking a Beauty Blender dupe, blending out the highlighted areas. Now with a Real Technique setting brush, I am taking my Thin Eye Banana and Sienna powders that I mix and setting the highlighted areas of my face. You see, I'm far from being perfect, and you're paying on my purpose, yeah. I should have tried a little harder. Transitions as a man, I was caught up, yeah. Now I am going in with that Real Technique contour brush and the darkest shade in the NYX palette to contour the hollows of my cheeks, right underneath my cheekbones, as well as creating a bridge along the side of my nose. And I am going to take a Beauty Blender and blend out the contour. I don't know why I go back and forth between two different sponges as far as one being a Beauty Blender and one not. The Beauty Blender definitely absorbs water and blends a lot more softly I wouldn't say necessarily better, but it is a lot softer than the dupe, which is kind of stiff and doesn't absorb water. So I did not apply water to it. I just use it as is. You must always make sure to blend out those harsh lines. I'm moving in and out of the camera and the lighting because I was definitely trying to make sure that the lighting was good for you guys and I wasn't too washed out and ashy looking. Now I am setting the contoured areas with CoverGirl Queen's Ebony Bronzer with Real Techniques contour brush. For the bridge of my nose, I'm using an e.l.f. contour brush to set the contour area there. It's a smaller tip brush, much finer, more detailed. Going back in, blending out my highlight and my contour, making sure that where they meet is seamless. Now taking a Sonia Kashuk spoolie brush, I'm brushing through my brows and taking a MAC 263 angled brush with Anastasia's Dip Brow in shade Chocolate to fill in my brows.
Baby, so long, baby, so long, baby, so long. So baby, so long, baby, so long, baby, so long.
I don't always start with foundation and then do my brows, but for this look I'm going for a very natural, everyday look. I won't be applying any eyeshadow to my lid today, so my focus is skin, matte, and clean makeup. Sorry for any background noise you guys may hear. They are building an apartment next door to my apartment building. So if you hear any banging, any loud staple guns, etc., sorry. And I'm recording this video off of my MacBook, so please bear with me until I get a better camera where I can zoom in and zoom out and focus a little bit better. Going in with a e.l.f. brush. I don't know if it has a name or not, but it is just a little e.l.f. brush I picked up to clean up my brows, and I'm using the NYX concealer palette again for that. I'm mixing two shades together, so if you notice the first shade was a little dark, I went over it with a lighter shade because I don't want a too well lit or high lit under brow. Again, I'm going for a more natural finish. Taking a Real Technique domed eyeshadow brush, I am blending out that underbrow concealer, bringing it down towards the lid, going back in with that same e.l.f. brush to clean up any areas that I may have missed, looking for my 263 brush that I tucked away to go over and fill in any areas that I may have got concealer over. and just blending that underbrow concealer down towards your lid is key. I'm taking any excess concealer that's left over on my e.l.f. brush on the actual lid of my eye, blending that out with the same brush that I blended the underbrow concealer with for a very natural finish. And again, these concealers are super matte. They're awesome for an eyeshadow base or just for underneath the powder, like I am applying on my eye now with Real Techniques multitask brush, and I'm using the pressed foundation that I used all over my face, over my eyelid as well. Taking a no-name fan brush and MAC Gold Deposit highlight, I am highlighting the highest points of my cheek, as well as my Cupid's bow and the bridge of my nose. Now taking my Dior Show mascara, I am applying this all over my lashes. I'm not wearing my favorite Da Vinci Wispy lashes today. This is what I do on days where I'm not wearing any lashes, is pack that mascara on. Now taking MAC's Bittersweet Lip Liner, I'm lining my lips. This is a Pro Longwear lip liner, by the way. Of course, with an everyday look and very natural, I will be going for a nude lip today, using the Sephora lip stain cream, lip cream stain, whatever. There's a million of them out there, of course, but I happen to love this one. It is a perfect nude for brown girls, and I'm topping that with Milani's matte lipstick in shade Blissful. Going back in with that liner just to define my lips a little bit more. I don't want my lips to look too nude and too ashy. And there you go. Thanks for watching.